Conditionals, and how do you use them in English? If conditionals confuse you, I don't blame you. There are so many rules and they all sound so similar. But here's the truth. If you don't understand conditionals, you will never speak English naturally. Do you ever wonder, is it if I were you or if I was you? If so, you're not alone, because most of my students have problems with conditionals. My name is Michael Anton, and it's my goal to make you fluent in English. Today, I'll break down conditionals step by step so you understand them once and for all. So, what are conditionals and why do they matter? Conditionals are sentences that describe possible or hypothetical situations. A hypothetical situation is a situation which may or may not be true. We use conditionals all the time in English in many different situations. Here are some examples of conditionals in English. If you don't drink water, you get dehydrated. If it rains tomorrow, I'll stay home. If I won the lottery, I would buy a house. Conditionals are one of the most powerful tools in English because they let you talk about cause and effect, make predictions, give advice, express regret, and more. They're everywhere, from daily conversations to business meetings. Once you understand how they work, your English becomes more natural and flexible. In English, we have the 0, first, second, and third conditionals. There's also something called the mixed conditional, but we'll talk about that another day. Do you know the 4 main conditionals in English? You have the 0 conditional. If you don't eat, you get hungry. The first conditional, if it rains tomorrow, I will stay home. The second conditional, if I were you, I would ask for help. And the third conditional, if she had woken up earlier, she wouldn't have missed the train. So let's look at these in a bit more detail, and I'm going to show you how to form them. Again, these are the 4 core conditionals. Each one has a specific purpose based on time, present, future, or past, and reality, real or imaginary. Once you understand the structure and meaning of each one, choosing the right conditional becomes easy. Let's talk about the 0 conditional. The 0 conditional is used to talk about facts and general truths. It's the easiest one to learn because it describes things that are always true. We form it with if plus the present simple and the present simple. We use it for scientific facts, routines, or anything that happens every time. For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you don't eat, you get hungry. If the sun goes down, it gets dark. Think of this as a law of nature. It always happens. This conditional is perfect for things that never change. You'll hear it in classrooms, science videos, instructions, and routines. It's probably the first thing you learned in English because there's no guesswork. The structure is consistent and logical. Now, let's look at the first conditional, which helps you talk about the future. Do you know how to use the first conditional? The first conditional is used for real possibilities in the future. We form it with if plus the present simple and will plus the base verb. It's used for predictions, warnings, promises, and real situations that could actually happen. For example, if it rains tomorrow, I will stay home. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If we leave now, we will catch the train. You can think of it as a logical consequence. If one thing happens, the other will follow. This is one of the more practical conditionals. You'll use it to make plans, give advice, and explain what might happen. Just remember, present simple after if, and will in the other part. This is one mistake I see all the time with the first conditional. Let's make sure we fix it. What's wrong with this sentence? If she will study, she will pass the test. Never say, if she will study. That's incorrect in the first conditional. You should never use will directly after if in this structure. The correct sentence is, if she studies, she will pass the test. Use the present simple after if and will in the other part of the sentence. I hear this mistake all the time, so be careful. The reason this feels tricky is because we're talking about the future, but grammatically we don't use will in the if part. You're stating a condition, not making a prediction in both parts. This one small change will make your English instantly more natural. Let's keep going and talk about how to express imaginary or unreal situations with this second conditional. Before we continue, if this video is helping you, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to English at the Ready here on YouTube so you don't miss any future lessons. If you want to improve your English using your computer, your phone, and the internet, click the link in the description below to get my free fluency training, where I teach you how to improve your English using modern technology. Now let's get back into the lesson and talk about the second conditional. Look at this sentence. If I won the lottery, I would buy a bigger house. This is an example of the second conditional. The second conditional is not about real life. It's about imagining. We form it with if plus the simple past and would plus the base verb. We use it for hypothetical or unreal situations in the present or future. For example, if I won the lottery, I would buy a mansion. If I were you, I would ask for help. If we had a bigger house, we would invite more guests. This conditional is great for expressing dreams, advice, and impossible situations. And yes, if I were you is grammatically correct. That's called the subjunctive mood, which is correct. If I studied harder, I would have passed the exam. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. The correct answer is B, because we need past perfect. We just had in the past participle in the if part. This is called the third conditional. And the third conditional is used to talk about the past, but only about things that didn't happen. We use it to express regret or missed opportunities. We form it with if plus the past perfect and would have plus the past participle. Again, it's used to talk about things you regret, past mistake, or a what if situation. For example, if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. If she had woken up earlier, she wouldn't have missed the train. If we had brought an umbrella, we wouldn't have gotten wet. So those are the first four conditionals. It's a lot of information to process at once. So how can you remember all of these forms? Here are 3 steps to memorize conditionals so you never forget them. Step 1, listen for conditionals in real conversations. Pay attention to how native speakers use conditionals naturally. Step 2, speak using conditionals in real life. Try using one conditional in your daily conversations every single day. And step 3, write short stories or journal and make sure to use conditionals in your writing. For example, if I had $1 million, I would travel the world. If you don't practice, you won't memorize these conditionals. But if you use conditionals every day, you'll never forget. Learning grammar rules is helpful, but using them is what makes them stick. By practicing conditionals in your speaking, in your writing, and listening, they become part of how you think, not just something you memorize. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, let me know in the comments which conditional you find the most useful or the most difficult. Don't forget to subscribe to English at the Ready here on YouTube so you don't miss any future lessons. If you want to improve your English for free, you can watch my free fluency training where I teach you how to improve your English using your computer, your phone, and the internet. Again, click the link in the description below to watch the training. If you want to study English with me in live classes, then make sure to join the English at the Ready Club. The link to learn more about the club is in the description below. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next lesson.